Hello and welcome to the OCVarsity Gridiron Show Championship Edition. We are here at the CIF Luncheon in Long Beach at the Grand Hotel. To my left, Steve Fryer. To my right, Dan Albano. Are you guys ready for some championship talk?
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to this week. We've got so many teams. How many we got, Dan? 7?
So many I can't even count. I think that's about 7 or 8, right?
That's right. 4 out of 7 teams will play. Well, we have 7 Orange County teams playing for CIF championships. 4 out of 7 will play on Friday, and the other 3 on Saturday. Let's start off with Division 1, where it's Mater Dei, undefeated Mater Dei, 13-0, taking on St. John Bosco, 11-2. Okay, these two teams met earlier in the year. Mater Dei beating Bosco 26-21. Steve, I'll start with you first. You know that old saying, it's tough to beat a team twice. That's easy to say. And hey, it might be tougher when that team is one of the best in the nation and is in your own league.
Well, you know, something we've seen Mater Dei do during this playoff run is all of a sudden really establish a running game. They had a running game before, but now, you know, with Harper and Jones, it's just going off. So that just gives another problem for St. John Bosco. St. John Bosco's also had some injuries to the interior linemen, not enough to hurt them and, you know, stop them from beating Centennial over this past week. So they're in for a tough go. But, you know, it is so true that it's hard to beat a good team twice. You know, if some team's going to adjust of those two teams, it's going to be the team that lost. The team that won is, okay, that's worked for us before, let's keep doing that. Whereas the other team that lost, they've got to think about, okay, what do we do to kind of counteract what they did last time? So that may be somewhat of an advantage for Bosco. But Mater Dei looks so machine-like, and they play great in big games. It's really hard to fathom that Bosco can beat Mater Dei as good as Mater Dei is.
You mentioned that running game for Steve, and they had Jacoby Harper and Raphael Jones combined for 5 touchdowns over Rancho Cucamonga, 48-21 victory. I mean, we all know about their aerial attack. Dan, when their ground game gets going, watch out.
Yeah, you know, in the fourth quarter of the league game between these two teams, Mater Dei actually ran the ball really well. They really got their ground game, because that was the game, if you guys remember back, JT had a pretty quiet night. One of his maybe his most quiet night of the season was over there at Cerritos College, and Jacoby ran it really well. He scored the winning touchdown on a ground game, and Jones gave him the fourth quarter spark. So I think this is tough for Bosco, which is, you know, how do you deal with Mater Dei's offense when they're running it so well now, and then we know that they can do passing games. So Mater Dei is tough. And then you know, Bosco's a tough matchup where they've been in the finals the last several years. They have more championship game experience than
4 years in a row for the Braves.
4 years in a row. This is the spot they've been in. They're very comfortable going to, they've been going to Angel Stadium every year. Coach Negro, Coach Johnson, they have all been down this path, and this is an uncharted territory for a focused Mater Dei team. But this is something new.
Yeah, last time Mater Dei was in the CIF final was 2013, and we talked to Coach Rawlinson and Roman Confentis about the CIF championship matchup. Here's what they had to say.
Review everything they've done since we played them, and then really study the game that we had against them, and analyze what we did well and what we didn't do well, and then throw caution to the wind and show up Saturday night and have fun, you know, and don't hold back, just go for it.
It's going to take all effort from everybody on the team, defense, offense, special teams. Bosco, obviously, great team, great scheme, great athletes, great coaching staffs. It's going to be a great game to be at. Just can't wait. Prepare, watch film, just get ready for this Saturday.
Our thanks to the Monarchs. Guys, let's transition to Division 2 now, where it's San Clemente, 10-3, at Murrieta Valley, 11-2. This is Friday night, 7:30. San Clemente beat Valencia last week, 41-35, and that's despite 3 first-half turnovers. This is the 3rd straight CIF championship appearance for San Clemente. Steve, does Jaime Ortiz and the Tritons finally get over the hump?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool for those guys. And they seem pretty like, I sat at their table at the luncheon inside, and they had this kind of relaxed confidence that's always good to see.
San Clemente, relaxed by the beach?
Yeah,
no way.
Yeah, really. Yeah, it's kind of a stereotypical. But no, they seem to be pretty ready to go. And maybe they do it this time. I asked Coach Ortiz how Murrieta Valley compared to the 2 teams they lost to the last couple of years, Trabuco Hills and La Habra. He said it's kind of the same deal. To me, Murrieta Valley is really good. I predicted that they win the whole championship game. And when they were introducing some of those Murrieta Valley players, they got to the quarterback, Hank Bachmeyer, and Jack Sears leans to me and goes, baller. You know, because he knows he's really good.
Yeah, he is. Okay, Dan, Murrieta Valley, they beat La Habra last week, 63-42. Alita Palmer had 272 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns. That was on 38 carries. Number 1 seed, Murrieta Valley. Steve likes him. Do you?
You know, I like the Tritons. I mean, it would be a great story to win their first CIF title in school history. They're playing really well. The defense is playing well in the playoffs. Jack Sears is on fire right now. They're spreading the ball out. You know, Reeves is instant offense. Easy completions for Jack Sears. So it's going to be a tough game because, you know, that sophomore quarterback, Hank Bachmeyer, is outstanding. They got a great receiver as well, good running back, like you mentioned, against La Habra. It's going to be a really tough game on the road, but you know, San Clemente has been through such heartbreakers the last couple of years in the CIF finals. I think they can finally break through. Okay,
and we talked to Coach Jaime Ortiz and quarterback Jack Sears. Here's what they had to say.
Murrieta Valley is a very good football team, and our kids are excited about the opportunity to play one more game. You know, when you get to this point, it's a great celebration, but at the end of the day, you want to be 1-0. And Murrieta, you know, they present a tough challenge for us, but our kids are excited to go out there and play one more time, and Friday night we'll let it all hang out and see how it shakes out.
We're going to see Friday night if this is the year or not, but we're excited to get out there, another shot at it, and this is a great opponent. We started watching a little bit of film this weekend and looking forward to it.
Our thanks to the Tritons. Division 3 now, guys. Edison, they are 12-1 on the year. They are at La Mirada, 11-2, number 1 seeded La Mirada. This is Friday night, 7:30. Edison beat Rancho Verde last week, 32-28. Griffin O'Connor with a game-winning touchdown run with 54 seconds left. Steve, Dave White, 31 years at Edison. Will the Cinderella story, well, is it a Cinderella story? He's won CIF championships before. But will the fairy tale ending end with heartbreak or with triumph?
Well, if it's not Cinderella, it's certainly the sentimental choice among everybody who, you know, kind of does what we do and follows Orange County football. Everybody knows Dave White is a first-class guy all the way through. There's a lot of people out there rooting for Edison this week, and we're not supposed to root for people in our business, but little heart pangs would like to see, Coach White go out on top and raise another plaque with a big old smile, and definitely going to be some tears shed if that thing happens. Boy, they're playing so good right now. Dan, I think Griffin O'Connor might be one of the most improved quarterbacks from the beginning of the year to now. He's gotten so much better. When I saw them in the playoff games a couple of weeks ago, they're fantastic. They're getting healthy, you know, with Colamonaco's healthy, Atencio's healthy, the receivers, key parts of that thing. Carmichael, man, that guy runs like a ferocious beast out there. And their offensive line's good. They've got everything in place. They've got a great opportunity. La Mirada's really good. La Mirada beat Orange Lutheran early in the season. You know, you beat a Trinity League team, you're really good. It's going to be a tough matchup. They're playing that game at La Mirada. Here it's a pretty neat stadium and all that stuff. And, yeah, I think we're all pulling to some degree, even though we're not supposed to, for Coach White to get this thing done.
Yeah, Dave White's really been gracious with me over the years of even doing a Tough Knock show where I followed him around the whole season. That was a lot of fun. Dan, La Mirada, they beat Los Alamitos last week, 36-20. Nick Hernandez with 3 rushing touchdowns. La Mirada actually won CIF and state last year, so they're trying to do that back-to-back deal. Do they end Coach White's season? Do they end the Edison Chargers season?
I think this game sets up really well for Edison. You know, the times that, you know, Edison, in Coach Dave White's storied career, when they've gotten to a lot of finals, and, you know, he's only won one, but he's got to the finals a bunch of times. He won a bunch of league titles, but he's got one CIF titles. He would gladly take another one, fellas, to end. And make no mistake about that. Coach White he's a classy coach for sure and well respected, but he is competitive as heck. So you can throw all that, you know. But in some ways, I think they've already won a lot just by getting here. He wanted to come back. He liked this group of guys, and he got them to the finals. But you know, what I was going to say is that when they have lost in the finals, it's in Division I finals when they've lost, like Long Beach Poly. They had a really good team, lost to Poly, lost to Servite in the rain. They lost to Olu, Aaron Corp kind of year, you know. But so they're in a high, you know, I like them in these kind of divisions. Division III, I like Edison a lot. The only thing is with La Mirada is that they played a great schedule this year, played Mater Dei and Bosco back-to-back, just like Edison used to play Mater Dei Servite back-to-back. So it's going to be a really tough game.
Yeah, I think this has the potential to be the game of the weekend, guys. And for more with the Chargers, we caught up with Coach Dave White and quarterback Griffin O'Connor.
Either way, it's been a fantastic year. Only one team can win. We feel like we got a chance to win, and we'll play well. But either way, win or lose, it's been a great group of kids to coach, and the hardest thing will be not coaching them anymore. It won't be if we lose, it won't be that we lost. I'll be upset or sad. It'll be that I don't get to coach them anymore.
He's a great coach. We practice really hard every day for him. This was our goal in the beginning of the year, to come to the CIF finals, and we've done that. We've done that for him. He's done a great job of scheming every week for us, and we're just happy to be here.
Thanks to the Chargers. Finally, guys, let's talk Division 4, where it is 12-1 Corona Del Mar. At Sierra Canyon, they are 13-0, undefeated on the year. CDM beat Lompoc last week, 35-34. Chase Garbers leading a game-winning drive from their own 13-yard line. That is awesome. Touchdown pass to the freshman, John Humphreys. Steve, CDM last won CIF in-state back in 2013. They were amazing that year. They, won 16 games, something nuts like that. But here they are on the road, but they got Chase Garbers, who I know you love.
I am a Garbers guy. I think everybody sort of knows that if they read what I write. I think he's going to do a great job when he gets to Cal. He's got a great set of receivers, too. We talk a lot and write a lot about the Mater Dei receiving corps because they've got, 5 deep with D1 guys or something down, just crazy good. This is a really good group of receivers, too. Tay Lee, that guy, you just throw it somewhere in his 40-foot radius, man. That guy's going to come down with the ball. He's like 6'4" or something like that. Matchup nightmare. Yeah, junior. He's really fantastic. Got a really good offensive line. I think people sometimes forget about the really good linemen that they've had at CDM over the many. So I really like their shot in this game. Sierra Canyon, what a great school that is for athletics. So basketball, fantastic, football. So, it's going to be a tough deal because, it's a home game. They're going to play at Granada Hills High School. That's the usual home site for Sierra Canyon. But I really like, I think when you got that quarterback like you got Garbers, that gives you a huge advantage in high school football.
Yeah, Garbers is a beast. We actually had the OCVarsity Hot 150 this year photo shoot. It was Garbers and it was Sears in the same exact room, and here they are both in their respective CIF championship games. Dan, your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I love that you brought that up, Jonathan, because it's funny how I remember I do these Facebook Live shows afterwards, and a couple people after the San Clemente Mission game were kind of giving me some grief about, about Jack Sears and how's he doing? And I think he's turning around quite nice, and he's in this room playing in another CIF finals. Jack Sears has done great this year. He was our hot number 150 number 1, and he I think he's backed it up tremendously well. And Chase Garbers, he's backed it up. They've won 13 in a row at CDM. They are on fire. They are really showing they kind of play with a chip on their shoulders. I think Chase does, where he's having this monster year, and a lot of attention is going to JT Daniels, and he's earned it. And congrats to JT. But it's quarterback. We're so blessed in quarterbacks in Orange County, and you can't never look past the OC quarterback depth. And Chase is right there, having a phenomenal year, and Corona Del Mar sometimes feel like they get a little bit overlooked, and small school from Newport Beach. These guys are going to be hungry. If they can get some fans up there to LA, that will help them a lot.
Yeah, good luck with that. Anyways, we caught up with Corona Del Mar head coach Dan O'Shea and Chase Garbers. Here's what they had to say.
After a wild one this past week, we really, really enjoy the opportunity to get back to the CIF title game. That's all we talk about at Corona Del Mar, and this senior group has led us very well.
Sierra Canyon's a great team. We're just going to have to keep doing what we're doing on offense. Our defense is playing great, so just keep executing on offense. Our defense will do what they do, get us the ball back, and that's what it'll take. All
right, our thanks to all the coaches and players who joined us today at the CIF Luncheon. For Steve Fryer, for Dan Albano, I'm Jonathan Khamis. Make sure to check out OCVarsity.com all weekend for all the latest on every single CIF championship. Hey, we do coverage like no one else can, right, Steve?
I've been told that.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say.
I believe
that we will win. All right. All right, thanks to everyone here, and thanks for watching.